valiant, fearless, unafraid, brave, tough, daring, adventurous enough?
Are you confident? Do you have the self-confidence?
Are you courageous?
Do you have the guts?
Are you bold?
Are you tough?
Are you a bad butt?
Did you just really say that?
Oh. Do you have the...
Okay, I think we ought to stop right there.
We want to talk to you about 3 life transformational questions. Are you brave enough? And that was the whole point of the introduction. Are you brave enough to ask them?
I'm Coach Robin.
I'm Coach Randy.
Welcome. Question 1, is my life working?
Oh, wow. That's a tough question.
How hard is it? Do I brag or complain about my difficulties? Do I find myself expressing or escaping?
Yeah, and expressing, what we mean by that is sometimes you just kind of go around huffing and puffing and, yeah, sighing all the time. Yeah, those are all indications that, at least in this season, maybe life is not really working well for you. And on the screen right there's a whole bunch of symptoms that we can have when life is not working. We're not going to take time to read them all to you, but frustration, hopelessness, loss of sleep, never being finished with anything, plate spinning, keeping things up in the air. Then it can get into the extremes of depression, anger, pessimism, cynicism, and eventually health problems, the list goes on and on. The question is, let's just be honest with ourselves before things get too late. Is your life really working?
Is it possible that you're working hard to create an image for others that's not really working in real life?
And, Robin, I've found that to be probably true in many, many cases. Wouldn't it be nice just to be your real self? And, really what we're going to say is to be your real self. What does that mean? It means to not have to please other people.
Be humble.
Yeah. But yet people, I think, don't know what real humility is. We get at this image that it means putting yourself down. Really, humility comes from confidence. You have to know who you are first. And when you know who you are, then you don't have to go around proving it to anyone else. And this is a state of life in which we can rest because it's natural. It's not that we don't work. It's not that sometimes there might not be long days. It just means that we're living a life that flows from the inside of who we are.
Yeah, that's being rested on the inside.
Yeah, exactly.
So question 2, is my perspective serving me well?
Yeah, so if your life isn't working well, it ultimately has to do with a breakdown in perspective. And we want to say something really in the initial part here that, first of all, it's good that you have and you hold on to your perspectives because we all have to have an internal compass. We need to have something that just keeps us from being driven back and forth by the wind. But don't be afraid to examine your values and your belief systems and your mindsets because your perspective may not be accurate.
Yeah. So your perspective is your version of reality.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it is the reality. It means it's our version of reality. Just like wearing different colored glasses, some people have on green ones and some people have purple ones on, but it doesn't mean that that really is the color of life. And so we are shaded by things that have happened in our past and by the culture that we were raised in, and the way that we see things might not be the way things really are.
Yeah. So question 3, where do I need to be open to change?
Wow, that's a powerful question.
Good question.
Truth is powerful, and it has a way of knocking on our door, Robin. And I love that. So we're always getting invitation to change, but oftentimes we're resistant to it. And so in order to be open to the truth, in order to be open to change, we need to be vulnerable, we need to be accountable, and the only way we're going to be those two things is if we're secure in our love for ourselves.
Wow. Encounters with truth. So what does that look like, Randy? Encounters with truth.
Well, it begins with vulnerability, like we talked about. It's the willingness to self-disclose. It's the willingness to put yourself out there. And again, we know that you can't change for everybody. You have to know who you are. But you need to be open to receiving feedback from others, which is the second step. So you're being vulnerable. Now you're being open to truthful feedback. And that feedback might come through many sources. It might come through people. It might come through something that you listen to. It might come through this series that you're listening to right now. But ultimately, then you take that vulnerability and that truthful feedback, and then you have to add faith to it, or the ability to respond honestly to what it is that you've just heard. And that will break you through to a brand new level of freedom.
So practical application number 1. An intentional watch over your heart and your mind. One that is hard and soft.
Yeah, so where we want you to begin taking this video and making it applicable is just taking a look inside of yourself. So we're suggesting that you don't change with the wind. You have to know who you are. You have to have that internal compass. That's the hard part of you. But the soft part of you needs to be willing to see truth that you have not seen to this point, and needs to go into every encounter of life realizing that it is an opportunity for you to receive a positive change in your life.
Absolutely. Practical application number 2, new sources of information.
Yeah, so you know, it's amazing to me how many people say they hate to read, and I used to be that person, by the way. But you know, if you are only exposing yourself to the information that you have around you in a limited way every day, then you're never going to change. You know, so you need to open yourself up to new information. Read more books. Listen to the kind of videos that you would not have listened to before. Go places that you would not have normally gone before. Expose yourself to a different environment.
Nice. Practical application number 3, a strategic look at your associations.
Yeah, they say that if you look at the 6 people that are the closest around you, it makes a picture of who you are. And I really believe that's true. We need to look at our associations. Are they people that are getting us closer to our desired destination, or are they people that are holding us back? We're not saying that you should burn your bridges or cut yourself off from people, but maybe spend less time with certain people and then become intentional in surrounding yourself with people that are more likely to get you to the destination that you want to get to. So we're going to send 2 more review videos that are coming soon, and we want you to be looking for them. The first one is going to be on Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek, and Robin, that was a game changer for me. The second one is The Millionaire Messenger by Brendan Michard. Ferriss's book will get you hooked on the idea of escaping traditional mindsets regarding work. You know, we've talked a lot about that, and you know, people just think that, you know, you have to work until you're a certain age and then you retire and blah, 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 blah. Ferriss really challenges that idea in The 4-Hour Workweek. That book was really a game changer for me. And that will lead us to another review that we'll do in another video that's coming on Brendan Michard's book, The Millionaire Messenger. He talks about how to basically take your experience from life and turn it into a message that you can share with other people. His subtitle of the book is Make a Difference and a Fortune Sharing Your Advice. And so we're going to share both of these reviews with you in the next few days.
So in the meantime, please share this video with people you care about. We would really love for you to comment below. Tell us specifically what you got out of this video that's worth hanging on to, incorporating it into your life.
Yeah.
So until next time, I'm Robin.
I'm Randy.
Reminding you that you are an extraordinary, abundant contribution.
Yes, you are.